Watch out for the snakes. Watch out for the snakes. Yeah, watch out for the snakes. Watch out for the snakes. Yeah, watch out for the copying what I do every time. They wanna take what's mine. They busy faking and telling me lies. Now I watch out for the snakes.
I read a story about how a lighthouse keeper and his family were killed by snakes on the island where his lighthouse was located. The island is called... okay, I'm not gonna even try that one. We'll just call it Snake Island in Brazil. Got me thinking about how many dangerous snakes there are out there and how one can punch your ticket to whatever god you choose to pray to, or not to. I don't judge. These are not in any order other than the continent you can find these deadly murder noodles on. And I chose them not because of their temperament, but the fact that if they do get pissed off at you, the most that you can hope for is you're close to a hospital. I do want to say that snakes don't want to attack you. They will normally run away at the sight of you. But if you're persistent and act like a complete idiot, then they will show you why you should have finished high school.
Watch out for the snakes. Yeah, watch out for the snakes. Watch out for the snakes. Yeah, watch out for the...
Starting with the story I just mentioned, the golden lancehead is native to Snake Island. They have no natural predators and evolved to climb trees in order to kill birds that come to the island. Their venom is potent because, well, if the only thing you have to eat is birds, you don't really want them to fly away very far now, do you? Oh, and by the way, they overpopulated the island that they live on, so you can't walk 3 feet on the island without seeing one. If you're bitten, you have up to 6 hours to get anti-venom. If you're lucky. Considering the island is restricted, if you're there without anti-venom, you're pretty much dead. Because I'm pretty sure that there isn't a hospital even close to save your dumb ass. The venom has multiple symptoms including necrosis, kidney failure, and brain hemorrhaging.
Watch out for the snakes. Yeah, watch out for the snakes. Watch out for the snakes. Yeah.
We all have that pissed off cousin that doesn't take shit from anyone. Well, this is the cousin of the golden lancehead. Found in Central and South America, the fertile lance is a snake that bites more people in these regions than any other snake. These devils of the jungle are aggressive and highly unpredictable. I have seen pictures of what their venom can do to a person and it isn't pretty. Google it if you want, just don't eat while you're doing it. Their venom causes the following: pain, oozing from the wound, blisters, mild fever, headaches, bleeding from the nose and gums, necrosis, sepsis, and hemorrhaging.
Watch out for the snakes. Yeah, watch out.
This is the longest New World snake at 9 feet long. They tend to hang out in foliage and shaded areas, meaning in the jungles of Central and South America you could walk right past one and not even know it. They can strike multiple times and it is rare that they will only strike once. Their venom causes the worst symptoms I have ever heard, but here are a few gems: edema, hypertension, bloody diarrhea, and vomiting.
For the snakes. Watch out for the snakes. Yeah, watch out.
This death noodle will serenade you, but it's not doing it because it wants you to dance. It is doing it to tell you to back away. Coil up and shake that tail like a margarita. They are insanely fast strikers, one of the fastest in the world. If you are bitten, you need to procure anti-venom really fast because their venom causes heavy internal bleeding, severe swelling, severe muscle damage, bruising, blistering, and necrosis.
Watch out for the snakes.
Now let's move to the dark continent of Africa. They look pudgy, they are sluggish and somewhat timid. They grow up to 5 feet, and apparently braver people who have handled them say they're easy to handle. But they have 2-inch fangs, so I'm not going anywhere near it. They will hiss when threatened, and I'm pretty sure they don't really need to. They have 2-inch fangs. But if you're stupid enough to make this timid snake annoyed enough to bite you, then you're in it for a treat. Shock, inability to hold one's bodily functions, swelling of the tongue and eyelids, tissue damage, internal bleeding due to blood being able to coagulate.
Watch out for the snake.
Okay, why do people name things after something that seems harmless? I get their name Puffed Adder because of the sound they make and the fact they puff up their necks, but this snake just sounds like he just wants to smoke a hookah and do math. They are sluggish though until you piss it off, and then it shows you how fast it can really strike. Get bitten and you can experience limb stiffening, blood pressure crashing, and can kill you within 25 hours.
Watch out for the snake.
You cannot tell me that God created these black-mouthed hell spawns. They grow up to 6 feet long, climb trees, are skittish and unpredictable. Also, they will open their mouths when threatened, and you pretty much are staring into the abyss. And their venom causes vertigo, ataxia, absent gag reflex, difficulty handling saliva, respiratory failure, and death. I only picked 2 from Asia. Sorry. This is the longest venomous land snake in the world at 12 feet long. These guys get a bad rap because they would rather run away from you than be aggressive. They tend to be more shy than we give them credit for. But when they are angry, you'll know it. Piss it off enough and it'll make sure your next couple of hours of life are hell, because they will not only inject you one time, they will bite and then slowly move up your limb, injecting venom along the way. And then you'll suffer respiratory failure, among other things. On a side note, I know this thing can kill me, but I really want to boop the snoot.
Watch out for the snake.
These snakes are pretty and cute looking. They're also timid, but they can be defensive. Also, they're one of the world's most deadliest land snakes. Yep, these guys look harmless, but during the Vietnam War, American soldiers called them the two-step snake. The folklore is that after being bitten by one, 2 steps, and then you'll expire faster than a sovereign citizen getting taken down by a cop. In truth, you could survive up to 3 hours, but you will be so sick you will want to die. For 6 hours you can experience ataxia, discomfort in the chest, and trouble breathing.
Watch out for the snake.
I have this belief that everything in Australia wants to take away your right to breathe. I have yet to find something that does not refute that. A well-named snake. Mess with it, and it'll add your soul to the tally of things that it's taken from this world. At 3 feet long, they are the smallest on this list. While it bites are rare, they are fast and will punch your ticket to the afterlife before you even blink. Their venom attacks the central nervous system, so you will fall into a coma and die from respiratory failure.
Watch out for the.
Oh hell no! Meet the 4-foot snake that has the patience of a celebrity being followed by the paparazzi. It really doesn't take much to piss off this snake. All you have to do is get close and it'll rear up and move its ass forward while looking for a perfect place to give you a lights out. They're really fast and only the second venomous land snake in the world. But the venom leads to cardiac arrest. So what's the most venomous land snake?
Watch out for.
Proof that Australia wants you dead. Though to be honest, these 5-foot long guys normally are placid and aren't bothered by you being there. It just gets defensive if you don't respect their boundaries. Like that ex you should stop calling. One bite can kill 100 grown men. The venom affects pretty much everything. Your blood, kidneys, muscles, and since they are found way out in the middle of nowhere in Australia, most likely you're dead. I will say this again, snakes don't want to harm you. They do not want to waste their venom on something they can't eat. But they will if you bother them. So do yourself a favor, if you see a snake chilling on a rock or in the grass, give it respect and don't bother it.
Watch out for the snakes, yeah, watch out for the snakes.